When most people picture the Amazon rainforest, they imagine a vast, uncontacted wilderness, a green canopy stretching endlessly without human interference. We even gave it a title to match that pristine image, the lungs of the earth. This map shows the scale of that landscape. It covers millions of square kilometers, anchored by a 6,400-kilometer river system that moves more water than any other river on the planet. During the rainy season, this river spills over, creating entirely flooded forests. The millions of species living here have developed specialized traits to survive these submerged conditions, like the pink river dolphin, which navigates through the roots of underwater trees. But modern archaeology is beginning to uncover a story hidden beneath the canopy that challenges this image of a wild, accidental jungle. These are massive, human-made geometric geoglyphs carved into the earth. They reveal that ancient indigenous communities built large settlements and sophisticated road networks long before modern civilization arrived. The Amazon is a historical landscape, shaped and engineered over thousands of years by an advanced human civilization. Thousands of years ago, early indigenous groups developed a strategy for survival that integrated their societies directly into the existing ecosystem. They utilized the forest's biodiversity, cultivating thousands of plant species to provide reliable sources of food, natural medicines, and building materials. When the river spilled over each year, these populations innovated. They built raised agricultural mounds, keeping crops safe above the floodwaters. Over generations, they created layers of rich, nutrient-dense soils, which determined exactly which tree species would grow. By mastering the water cycles and soil chemistry, these native populations transformed a harsh, flooded ecosystem into a sustainably managed homeland. In 1541, a Spanish expedition arrived, attempting to travel the entire length of the river. They were soon struggling against turbulent currents and a landscape they did not understand. Lacking the indigenous knowledge needed to harvest the forest's resources, the Spanish experienced the ecosystem as a terrifying environment of disease and chronic hunger. As they pushed desperately deeper into the jungle, they entered into violent clashes with local tribes who were protecting their homes and infrastructure. The explorers eventually reported encountering fierce female warriors, a detail that reminded them of the Amazons from ancient Greek legends. This connection gave the river and the forest the name we still use today. This European experience of terror and myth-making successfully overwrote the reality of the indigenous civilization, inventing the concept of a wild, dangerous frontier. That narrative of an untamed frontier has justified 500 years of conquering, logging, and exploiting the rainforest for its resources. Today, large sections of the forest disappear every year. The stark dividing line between the dense living canopy and the scorched earth shows the immediate physical cost of treating the forest as a commodity. Modern mining operations tear deep into the landscape. The sheer volume of people working this excavated hillside highlights the industrial scale of the extraction. This destruction places the surviving indigenous communities under direct threat. They continue to act as the original protectors of the forest, leading an active resistance against the disappearance of their homeland. The stakes are global. If deforestation reaches a tipping point, it will alter weather patterns across the planet and accelerate climate change for everyone. Protecting this ecosystem requires us to move past the 500-year-old myth of a wild jungle and finally learn from the people who knew how to live within it.